just a laid back vibe, baby. Straight up. It's just a laid back vibe, baby. Straight up. It's just a laid back vibe, baby. Straight up.
Hey everybody, it's Tommy Bell with Sketchy and Funny. We've got another episode of this amazing drawing show. This is a special Halloween episode, and I'm sitting right next to me is Mr. Michael Larkin, my partner in crime and editor on the show. Hello, Michael.
I'm good, Tommy Bell. We in here. It's episode 8. We up in here like swimwear. We about to do it up.
All right, episode 8 already. It's crazy, Michael. We've had so many amazing special guests on the show, and today we've got another special guest who's working with me, collaborating on Red, another great Halloween piece. She's been in Playboy. She's an international glamour model. It's Andrea Christine, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Andrea.
Hello, Tommy. Hello. It's so good to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And Michael Larkin, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
So welcome. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. Thank you for taking the time.
Likewise.
All right, so here we are side by side, Andrea, with the amazing photo that you sent. The photos were mind-blowing. Michael, I gotta share this with you. The last 2 projects that I've worked on with Andrea were actually her ideas, which made it so incredibly easy to, put my brain to what the image was going to be, because she really already had the concept and everything right there ready to go. And it really makes the collaborations so incredibly easy to do and so much fun.
I wanted to give credit to the photographer, of course. It's Jordan Snow. You can find him on Instagram. He's J Snow Photo. And just check out his work. I've done so many photo shoots with him, but the Red Riding Hood photo shoot has been like one of my favorites. It was one of our best collaborations as a model and photographer, and it was just so much fun. And I'm so honored that Tommy is drawing it and using his talent and magic to do it. So cool.
I mean, what an artist he is with the camera, because the photos are just dynamic and outstanding. And of course, as an artist, when I'm working off of photos, I'm always starved for as much detail and as clever and artistic as the photos can be. And what a master this guy is.
Yeah, it's really a team effort. It takes the model and also you, the artist, and the photographer, and just everything has to be like, it just has to work. And it can be like, you can just create the most amazing things with the right
Well, I can tell
people.
that you guys had a lot of fun with this Little Red Riding Hood shoot. That's for sure.
Yeah. And we did like this rug with like the big bad wolf's head on it. So that was really cool. Again, really playing into like that cartoon, like fantasy, but bringing it to life, just details like that. And then here I'm very innocent because I have like a puppy wolf, like a baby wolf in my basket, very sweet, but also looking back very naughty.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the photos were great. So I definitely wanted to make sure that we gave him all the props that he deserves, because, wow, he's definitely got a talent.
Yeah, he does.
I gotta say, and I'll
And
add to your guys' point here, because I love how we're talking about the attention to detail to the photo and everybody's camaraderie and teamwork. There, I say, makes the dream work. It's really just all about these subtleties, intricacies, and nuances that go into the photo. Really examine and really, again, we talk about the sex appeal side of things. With you get a little dog in there, but you also showcasing the sex appeal side of things. So it really does really showcase not just a beautiful image that we've seen in other music videos or pictures or what have you, but I think a lot of the art forms and the crafts really brought to life. And I think that really is what makes art the true beauty and the true purest form that it is. So just wanted to add that point to it, because the photo, again, immaculate elegance, and that's what it's about at the end of the day, and really exuding and accentuating that.
That was so eloquently and beautifully put by you, Michael. That was so well said.
Thank you.
And I think to add to that, it's like everything you're saying, but also to have that eye and to be able to pick that up in art and to know that, I think that's a lot in itself too, just being able to recognize something like those small details and understanding what was going through the artist's mind or the model's mind when they were taking that photo or capturing that moment or looking at it or looking at like a painting. It's the same thing. Like what was that artist thinking when they created this? What was the process?
Right. I think a lot of people, and we touch upon this a lot with these shows, is like the fact that people don't see it. They're like, are you really looking at it? It's like when you look at Starry Night, for God's sake, one of the most
Oh
eloquent.
yeah.
That's the thing. If you really look at Starry Night and just the overall what that image really represents, like a lot of people see different things into it, but it's really one of those things where if you can look at a picture and really examine it for what it is, take it all in, that really also if you equate it to life, the moments and memories created with the moments and memories yet to be created. And I think that really just makes life so pure, life in itself just wonderful. And it sticks out, man. I think everybody just needs to cherish every one of those moments, cherish the photos, take it all in, if you will. And I mean, I'll go to the lens side of things. I mean, Tommy's the one over here with the perfect lens with the drawings and whatnot. This is why I wear glasses, folks, because I can't. But I digress. No, that's the thing too, man, that just goes into it. I mean, you're a whiz kid when it comes to this, man. I've always said this about your drawing, man. You have the attention, the detail, even though you may not pay attention a lot of times. But for this, you got the attention to detail, if you know what I'm saying, Tommy Bell.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, and it always goes back to this because I'm really horrible at taking credit for stuff myself, but I'm fired and inspired by what these amazing models do and what these photographers do with these models. The work that they create, the imagery that they create stuns my eyeballs, and then it fires up my imagination, and it makes me want to do uh, something really incredible than through my pencils. And I almost kind of thought, oh, well, who really needs that? Because they've already, once the model and the photographer have got together, what the hell do they need me for?
But we do
But
need you. We need your artwork.
well, I appreciate that so much. And I found through people like you, Andrea, I really found and created a niche for my artwork, and it just tugs at my heartstrings every time I hear, well, we do appreciate that, we do need that, because to me, there's always almost that struggle of they've taken this amazing photograph, I don't want to screw it up now.
No, but you couldn't. But that shows that you have a good heart and you're considerate. Like you take pride in what you do. You want it to be perfect.
Oh, I absolutely do. And it meant, again, it means so much to me when people like yourself reach out to me. You've got an idea and you want to see what I can do with it. I mean, for me,
And
that is so
I always put
special.
the pressure on. I'm like, hi, Tommy, can you have something for me by like my birthday? It's in 5 days. Thanks, love you, bye.
Well, I do anything that I could possibly do to accommodate because you've been just so great
No, I'm
throughout the
so lucky
years.
to have connected with you, and it's been so fun, so so exciting to see your work. I mean, every time it just I love it more and more. Like I'm always super like just wowed and amazed by what you do.
Oh my God, there's no greater compliment, Andre. There really, really isn't. I want to take just a minute. This is about as much of my interviewing prowess as I have, but that's why I always have Mr. Michael Larkin at the ready. I want to talk for a minute because I'm curious, and you and I, this is the first chance we've had to talk. I want to ask you a little bit about your career. Why don't you go ahead and tell me, tell Michael, tell all the viewers about your modeling career. How'd you get started? Uh, what are like your landmark moments? Talk to me.
Sure. So I was actually just scouted at the local mall to work as a model and brand ambassador at a car show down in Long Beach. I'm in California. And so I was at Formula Drift 1 and I met a lot of photographers, had a lot of fun, and it just kind of took off from there. I kept networking and going to car shows. I got on Instagram. I found a lot of success there very quickly. And now I'm a Playboy model. Officially, I'm a Playboy Centerfold. I've just been loving every minute of it, and I'm still in school. I'm pursuing a business and economics degree from UCSB. So not only is modeling my passion and my joy, but I'm also really serious about my schoolwork, and I haven't given up on that.
That's incredible. That's
And
just
I am a huge
outstanding.
animal lover as well. I have two cats. I love participating in animal advocacy and just giving the voiceless a voice and giving them the help and care that they need and deserve. I mean, animals are just, they're angels. They really are.
Well, it's a little known secret until I say so right here on this show, but on Emma Frost, which was our third project together.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to say here. Those two tigers that are flanking Emma Frost are the representation of your two little feline friends.
Yes. My little cats, they were the tigers in the Emma Frost painting that you did. And it was perfect. Like, it was exactly what I had envisioned, and you just read my mind and put it on paper.
Well,
I
I
mean,
gotta
that's
say
really
again,
simplifying it. I mean, you like, it's magic. It's incredible.
well, these collaborations with you have become so fun to do. And so you make it so easy because you are creatively invested in the idea so much that you actually developed the whole idea by the time you even contacted me. Like with this one, with Red, you literally contacted me and you said, I've got this idea. By the way, I've already got the photos done. What can we do? And I just thought, Little Red Riding Hood, that's a werewolf drawing, and it's Halloween time, and this will make not only a great addition to my Halloween portfolio, but what a nice way to say happy birthday, you know.
Yes, I know, it's a win-win. And something I'm really
Absolutely
proud
is.
of with my photo shoots is I'm the creative director. I'm the one that comes up with my looks, the concepts, the themes, and not to take all the credit, but I am really proud of that. I do hair, makeup, everything that you see, it's me. So collaborating with photographers and they share like these new ideas and perspectives that I would have never even thought of. It's just makes it that much more, I don't know, it's just like that much more special working together and being
Well, it
creative.
really puts your own individual imprint and fingerprint right on the project, which
And talking,
even
which goes back to you with like saying, like, I recognize like you must be like a perfectionist, and that's great. Like, you take pride in what you do, and I'm the same way with what I do. I have fun, but I also really have a certain way that I want it to be done because I have it in my mind. I know exactly what it is, and when I see it, I'll know.
absolutely. And I think maybe that's why over the years we've collaborated together so well, because it's fun, but it is being a perfectionist, which is probably why these drawings take me so long to do. It's because every single thing has to look, it may not have to match the actual photograph, because I will take artistic license sometimes and change things around, but it
Which
has
I
to look,
love.
it has to look right though. Um,
Mhm.
and you know what I mean, because you just get
I
fussy and you're
know
like,
exactly what
okay.
you mean. Yes. Sometimes you just have to let go. I'm like, okay, okay, I'm letting
Right.
go. Gonna let it
And
happen.
And so, just to prove to you that this is as much of an art show as I can actually try to pull off here, I always forget to do this until I'm halfway through the show. But I'm going to explain what I'm doing for anybody out there who's watching this for an art show purpose. I've got all these colors in my hand here, and all these colors are going to make up this blonde hair right here. but I always work dark to light. So I've been working with this dark brown, and then I'm going to go into these other colors and kind of blend my way out. And with blonde hair, especially, you don't want to get too dark. So I'm almost at a point where I'm going to say, okay, that's enough with this dark color. But it does help by putting the shadows in first, because it kind of defines and shows where your color is going to map out. And then, and what you'll see here in just a few minutes is it makes the blending of one color to another so that you kind of can't tell where one stops and starts. It makes that real easy if you do it this way. And so I just always start each section with whatever the darkest color is that I'm going to use. And I kind of define those shadow areas to the best I can. They're never going to match 100%, and maybe they shouldn't, but you never want it to look weird. But just kind of pop in some shadows, and then makes blending into the lighter colors a lot easier, because I'll actually take those lighter colors and start right over top of this dark color and just smash it out.
Wow. Amazing.
I got to add on to also what she was saying with her DIY mentality over here, dare I say, folks, to do it yourself, just the creative aspect and really taking everything into your own hands here, whether you start from where you were at the to Instagram modeling, what have you. I think what's great about it, folks, is on what we can see here from Miss Andrea Christine over here is the law of attraction. What I mean by that too, as well, is first of all, you got the intelligence, you got the beauty. There's so much to it. That's the layers and levels and the foundation that makes us one as our overall being. I think that's also very not only commendable, admirable, and just admirable. I think that's really what is a great mindset that a lot of people can see here is really staying positively proactive and being the best representation of your presentation, whether you be modeling, artistry, what have you. I mean, you folks see what we do with the LFC ladies here at Lingerie Fighting Championships. It's really accentuating just the combative side of things, but doggone it, man, we got some beautiful ladies that can kick ass and take names. So, I mean, it's such a variety and it's such a very much a mesh of what we have. And I think that's really what you need. And I think you really do spice it up with the variety that really encompass you, Miss Andrea Christine. So let's put that out there and just see you just continue to strive on that, man. I just had to put that over.
That means so much to me. Thank you so much, Michael. That's so sweet. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So well said, my friend. So well
Yes.
said.
It's true. And I think what's great about it too, as well, folks. I mean, I've seen your drawings also of her as well, Tommy. And I mean, the Emma Frost one, and also just the fruitcake and like everything that goes into it, and the devil cake and the anchors away. Like, there's so many like that goes into the artistry as well. It could be definitive. There's the collaboration, there's the creativity, but also at the same time, man. I mean, first of all, who doesn't want some of that cake, if you will? Who doesn't want to have that anchor away? It really showcases. And I mean, I'll say this as a kid, when you have many different images of something that really showcases, like you look at Britney Spears back in the day with Hit Me Baby One More Time, and she's the schoolgirl outfit. There's stuff that really appeals to one's eye. And there's a lot of people that have different preferences of what they find to be and look into an image. So it works for everybody. And I mean, it may not be somebody's cup of tea, but there's somewhere out there and someone out there that may like it. So I mean, I think that's what we're going for here, is just being not only the consumer of what we take in, but also if you look at what we see with modeling and just every ways to accumulate money now with social media, it works, man. It's business savvy, but also at the same time, it's creative for everybody around, and it works.
Oh, it
Yeah, it
absolutely
really
does.
does work.
Now, here's what you might not know, Michael, and check this out, because this is a great story, and this is the perfect time to share this little story. So, now I'm the LFC artist, and there's other companies that I'm showcasing with female fighters and stuff. And when I started drawing again in 2020, kind of midway through that year, that's what I was doing, and my focus was on that. And it wasn't until I connected with and started chatting briefly with Miss Andrea Christine that my whole idea of going outside the box of the female fighting world and showcasing, international glamour models and so on, really, really took off. And it was crazy how, and I'll never forget how crazy it was, how immediately accepting she was, here's this unknown artist at the time going, hey, do you mind if I, do you in this drawing? And I always think that sounds weird when you're first breaking the ice. And she was amazing right off the bat. When we got to doing Angel Food Cake, she just, I told her I'm going to put wings on you, and then I'm going to put a Angel Food Cake on your belly, and she got it right away. And just,
Yeah.
but she was the first one outside of the female fighting community that I really started showcasing on a regular basis, which was great for me to show not just her, but all of the fans that started following me. Hey, I'm diverse. I can showcase people in all kinds of areas. And let's face it, Andrea, every time I do a drawing that showcases you, people come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, it's just when you first reached out, I was just like, wow, this is so awesome. Like this artist wants to draw me. That's so awesome. Absolutely. And I had a good feeling, and I feel like I usually do. I'm usually right with my intuition. Like I think this person is a good one, and usually right. And I was definitely right about you.
Oh, thank you. I mean, and again, it's just these collaborations are so different than what I'm used to doing. And I think that's why I really get all fired up, because normally, okay, I've got this idea, and then I've talked to somebody, and the stranger the idea is, sometimes the more I have to sell them on what I'm trying to do.
But sometimes the stranger is the better, you know, it works
Right,
sometimes.
right. But what made it just such a no-brainer every single time now is that, like, when you get a hold of me, well, you say you put the pressure on, but at the same time, you
Uh-huh.
already know what you want to do, and then it's just,
Yes.
I gotta think about it for a second and go, what you want? Because I'll be honest, this year for Halloween, I had not thought of doing a Little Red Riding Hood theme. Just kind of wasn't in
Till
my
I popped
radar.
up.
And then you popped up, and I went, oh, that's brilliant.
Light bulb went off.
Oh, several.
They broke.
Exactly. I mean, it was just, and it was, like, for me, again, as an artist, there's so many steps that it actually takes out of the pre-production of something like this. Here you go. You've got the idea, you've got the photos already because you're linked up with everybody out there, and all this talent has gone into creating these images already. It becomes so easy for me to say, sure, how am I going to put, it's actually more difficult for me to take a few minutes and think, wow, look at these photos, these are great. Now,
Yeah.
how am I going to put a Tommy Bell flair to them that's really going to, enhance all the talent that's gone into these ideas so far. And like I said before, you never really want to ruin something, or there's nothing worse than saying, hey, I'm going to be showcasing somebody, and then, like, if the drawing doesn't turn out or something, heaven forbid, like, you know and those are things that are always
Yeah,
on my
but
mind.
things can happen even like at photo shoots. Maybe you work with a new photographer, it doesn't go, perfect the first time, whatever. You both don't have an easy time working, or you get some weird pictures, but that's part of it. That's part of making art and photography and modeling. It's part of the experience, if you will. And you live and you
Very well
learn.
said.
But you know what? I haven't had that with you, not once, and I know I never will. So
Oh
it's all
my
good.
god.
I got so lucky.
Well, I was going to say the same exact thing. And your photo shoots are always 100% winner. You see me on social media responding and sharing your stuff and everything. I mean, it's
Thank
just
you. Well, your support always makes me smile. So thank you. I always really appreciate it.
absolutely, absolutely. And again, we're at this point in time, we're friends. So when I see somebody who's doing their thing and they're really killing it and they're rocking it, again, this is part of what I do. on a subliminal level, and something that Michael has made a career out of doing longer than I've been drawing. Michael has been on the microphone
Wow.
showing that support for all these ladies and helping them showcase what they're doing. It's the same thing with art. He uses the microphone, I use the pencils and the art table, and we do our thing, but our thing is really showcasing all of you incredibly talented people. Let's face it, that's what it's about. Michael, am I right?
Oh, dude, it's a very rewarding feeling. Like when I started doing the LFC podcast and now doing this with you for Sketchy and Funny. For me, I always wanted to give people the platform, tell their stories, because that's basically in the general consensus of what podcasting is. And I mean, for God's sake, man, not only is it amazing women that we do showcase, much like Andrea Christine here, and just showcasing just amazing talents, there's more that goes into it, like the spirit, what they're about. And we just talk about that gravitational pull that one has. And I mean, for you, when I first started with you, Tommy, I mean, the first thing I said to you, I said, hey, man, you're doing drawings of the LFC ladies, want to come on and talk about it. And then boom, 2 years later, here we are. But I mean, it's just that little, minute detail, or just that little integral thing that if you can say hello to somebody or do what have you, not only does it brighten up their day and makes them show that, just you have the respect, you have the love for them, you have the admiration, if you will, to just really have the courage to muster up and just say, hey, man, let's do this, let's do that, because you never know where it's going to go. And that's really what makes the journey worth having. So, I mean, it's one big journey, man, and we're ready for the ride. That's pretty much all I can say about that. But yeah, that's what we're about. That's how we roll.
Again, so well said. And Andrea, look at where the journey he was just talking about has led us to already. It's crazy.
I know. It really is a journey. It's beautiful. It's just the power of asking. You never know where something could lead.
Exactly. And I gotta admit, I think I was very, very new on Instagram as a
Uh-huh.
50-year-old man. I was very new to Instagram when I originally started messaging you. And I think in hindsight, I'm glad I did it when I did it, because I would have been a lot more nervous about messaging you now. Like, oh wow, what am I doing? But at that time, I guess I didn't have any fear or whatever you want to say, or I wasn't.
The timing is right.
Absolutely, the timing was right, and the proof is in the pudding, because now here we are,
Mhm.
almost 4 completed drawings
Exactly.
in, and I really think I nailed your face on this one. I gotta say, I
I
really
know
think
what
I
you
got you
mean. I
close.
know what you mean. Yeah, I really think you did, which is just very impressive. Every detail.
And I've already hidden your initials in here, so as I do on
How
every
cute!
drawing for
Because with
you.
Playboy Hef would always hide a bunny in every pictorial. So now
See,
you're like hiding my initials. So like that's my little bunny. So
they're
fun.
in every they're in every drawing somewhere, Andre. I kid you not, they
Oh
are
my
in there.
gosh. You just blew my mind. Okay, I'm gonna like look at that now.
Yeah, you have to look at all the other ones in the past.
Uh-huh. I have them. I have them in frames. I've showed you. I'm so like they make my heart so happy. I love them, especially the one with me with my cats. Well, we're depicted as I'm Emma Frost and they're tigers. I love that one so much. It's so near and dear to me because of them too. And everything it symbolizes. So I can't thank you enough for all of them, and especially the Emma Frost one. I love that one so much.
Well, can I just say how freaking flattered I am that you have my artwork hanging up, and it brings that much light into your world to me.
It
That's
does.
just the ultimate. It's just the ultimate.
Aw, I'm so glad.
That makes two of us. And what I'm doing here, Andrea, is I am working with this is a sand color, and I found that the color of sand is really really good when I'm coloring in blonde hair, and
Hmm.
it kind of mixes really well with the warm brown shadow colors. And then I'll be going into a cream color and then eventually a light color. But I'm just going right over top of what I colored before, and that helps provide the illusion that these colors are blending together really smoothly.
Yeah, there's definitely thought that has to go into colors and knowing everything because blonde hair, you can't just simply use yellow and white. It's not how it works. I mean, you really have to know what you're doing and understand color theory and know how to get a certain result and achieve a color.
Oh yeah, for sure. And even like when I was composing and putting down the elements on paper for this one, you have to think about what color do you want to make the background and what color do you want to make this and how do you want to try to pull this off. But I never plan at anything more than about just a 5-minute brainstorming. And I'm like, okay, this will be this color, this will be this will be this. And then
Well, of
I
course,
just
you're the expert. You already know.
well, sometimes it's fun not knowing too. Like you don't, you get into it and you really start working on the bones of it once you jump in. And I just think there's something that's really fun. Like you said, it's you're the perfectionist, but you're also having fun with that. So you can kind of just sometimes you
You're being
derive
creative, you're being free, but you're doing it with some structure, just enough, but also keeping an open mind.
that you just finished it. There it is. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Your passion gets all fired up and you're not afraid to take
So
a
much
chance.
passion. Exactly. It's passion. We're very passionate about what we do. That's what it is. I think I like
That's
that word even more than perfectionist. We're very passionate people.
we're gonna go with that from now on.
Yeah.
Gang, what we're doing right now is I have now jumped over with all the chatter that we've been talking about. I have secretly jumped over to this cream color pencil because we're just about done with the hair. We're just about done with the show for this evening. And I'm just kind of, again, going back in. What I'm doing is I'm kind of leaving a few little areas where I'm going to use my white pencil and smoosh in some extreme highlights. But this, at least, Andrea, will kind of give you an idea of, you've been able to sit at the art table, so to speak, and see how exactly I do what I do. And I think it's a little bit more fun than just kind of seeing the random posts on social media and trying to figure out how it all happens.
This has been so much fun. I would love to do something like this again with you and Michael. That I would really love that, or just to talk about something fun. We can talk about music or wrestling. I know a little bit about wrestling because my ex was like obsessed. So I learned a lot. I know about like Ric Flair and stuff like that, but also some like newer things.
Bringing up the
Like I know
legend.
what AEW is.
Okay, fair enough. This one over here bringing up the legend, Ric Flair. Woo! Like, I mean, who?
Ric
Yeah.
Flair, woo! Let's get it. Let's get Ric Flair on here.
Well, actually,
I could
Absolutely.
be
yeah, he was just on
I could
AEW.
be I could be his date for the podcast for Ric Flair. He's super old now, but still it'd be
Oh,
funny.
God. He's like in his 70s now. But yeah, it's actually funny you mentioned AEW because he was
And
at,
his daughter wrestles too. She's like a very famous wrestler.
yep, Charlotte Flair in WWE. Yep.
Charlotte Flair, yeah. She's awesome.
Well,
Hmm.
I know that Mike will be willing to take you up on if you ever wanted to do an LFC podcast where they talk a lot more about the women's wrestling and all that kind of stuff. I guarantee.
Oh yeah,
And of
Can
course,
we
you
talk
could
about
come.
like China? Like China, like she was big when I was like a little girl. Like, China China doll.
yeah.
I
Don't
mean,
treat me like
she's no
yeah,
longer with us.
yep. Don't treat
Yeah,
me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man. Treat me for just who I am. Oh yeah, I remember a good old
she
China.
was fucking awesome, beautiful, strong. Just wow, what a woman.
Oh yeah, I mean we
And
got
you know what I love? I love that Pamela Anderson used to be on like WE back in the day. Like she would just be like, the arm candy. This was like when she was blowing up with Baywatch because I love Pamela Anderson. Like another strong, beautiful woman, animal lover. Just so sweet.
so what she's referring to, folks, is 1995 WrestleMania 11 with Diesel against Shawn Michaels with Pam
And
Anderson.
she has this gorgeous white
Yep,
dress. She's just this sexy white angel gracing the WE.
yep, yep.
Looking
WrestleMania 11.
absolutely perfect.
Yep, WrestleMania 11.
And Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair guest starred on like an episode of Baywatch. It was a special. I don't remember what it was called. Oh, something Mayhem. Was
that
it?
sounds about right. Yeah, I think it was something mayhem like that. Yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah, it was like the beach wrestling. So funny. And Ric Flair's character is supposed to be like the villain, and Hulk Hogan, of course, was, the good guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh, yeah, I think that was when Hogan had like Thunder in Paradise and all that stuff back in the day too. Yeah, when he was on TV before he went to WCW. Yep. Yep. Oh my goodness. But yes, absolutely. And I definitely will take you up on doing an LFC podcast with you. I got your back.
Let's please do it. That would be so fun, right?
I got you. I got your back. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, no, I'm like Tommy said, I'm really glad that we got a chance to do this tonight and really get to showcase Tommy's skills that kills, replace the S, put in a Z, the skills that kill drawing.
You guys both kill. I love you both. Thank you so much for this.
So welcome. You're so welcome. Tommy, go ahead. Before we do close this out, I'm gonna, like I said, I'll piece everything together. But go ahead, say what you need to say, man. Right, we're coming towards the end with the drawing of the today's show.
All right, so gang, we are almost at a point, probably in another minute here. What I'm doing is I snuck in here with the white, and I'm just doing a smash and push with these amazing pencils to give it. And I won't lie, I will come back here after the show and refine all this stuff because I'm so picky about things. I'll just go in and spend, unlimited time just fixing anything that I think looks weird or whatever, because that's the way it happens. But at least in this kind of segment, Andrea, you can see here kind of again how it all falls together.
It's been incredible just to see you in action. I love getting this behind the scenes glimpse into what you do.
Well,
You're
and
so talented. It's so enjoyable to watch.
Thank you so much. And there it is. Like there's the hair. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up just a little bit closer so you can kind of see.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Ian, look at that side boob. But my face, you got it. It's so detailed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My booty.
You're welcome as always. And gang, that's going to do it for this episode of Sketchy and Funny. Michael, thank you as always for being a part of the show. Andrea, thank you for being my guest on here. Red is turning out amazing, and it's going to be a perfect addition to my Halloween portfolio this year.
Well, it's been a pleasure. I can't wait to see the end result. I know it will be nothing short of just perfection, and I'll see that you really put your heart into it because I know you always do.
It's just a laid
Thank you
back
for
vibe,
listening
baby.
to another edition of Tommy Bell Art Sketchy and Funny. Follow Tommy Bell on all forms of social media, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Tommy Bell Art. Tommy Bell Art Sketchy and Funny is now on Spotify and on the VIP section of the official LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships website. Follow our guest Andrea Christine exclusively on Instagram at Andrea_Christine. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
It's just a laid back vibe, baby. Straight up. It ain't nothing but a laid back vibe. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. It's just a laid back vibe, baby. Straight up. It ain't nothing but a laid back vibe.